Hey, it's a Humble Collector here, and in today's video we have quite the unboxing. It's literally just a whole bunch of death cards, and then after having to carry out the second package out here, basically an anchor. It's not actually an anchor, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. This is kind of going to be the last big unboxing for a while. As of the time of me filming this here near the end of July, I just had an offer accepted on a house, so I'm going to be moving into my first place soon. I'm going to have to start paying, mortgage and utilities, food, because I've been living at home up to this point. So military budget's taking a major hit, especially since the house needs some work. I'll be working on some stuff, but don't worry, I'm still going to be producing content. I mean, there's plenty of stuff in my collection I can talk about and do videos on. So yeah, there's actually a very real chance by the time this video gets aired, I've already done like a live stream setting up the new collection room and, basically just moving in and get everything ready. I don't like that sticky stuff on the side of the envelope there. We're going to go this way. Alright. There we go. Now, none of these that I can remember, there's a couple that are interesting. Most of them are pretty basic cards. Let's see, we got Matthias here, Fighter and a Gebersjäger unit. Eloy Pregler. Inhabitor of the Iron Cross 2nd Class, Wound Badge, Oberschützen and Infantry Regiment. Benjamin, Gebersjäger Regiment. Hugo Vargos, who's an Unterofficer, it looks like. Thought that was an HCOM backing for a second, I got excited. Bernard Samer, Fighter in a Grenadier Regiment, killed in 1943. And then Herman Brackley, Oberfighter and Infantry Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross 2nd Class, killed in 1942. So yeah, all pretty basic cards. I mean, I'll have to do research and see if there's any interesting units or interesting stories that come out of that. So, luckily being basic cards, they were also very cheap, which is why I bought so many of them, because of a project I was working on. Still working on, that's taken a bit of a back seat lately with the house. Alright. Second set of cards from the same seller, but a different auction date. Let's see. Ludwig, soldier in a Lufgau company. And we got, Michael Fischereder, a fighter in a Pioneer Battalion, a veteran of the campaigns in Belgium and Russia. We have John Schuckenbauer, Pioneer, killed in 1942. Or Johann, not John, Johann. Otto Blumel, Unterofficer in a Grenadier Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross 1st Class in the Infantry Assault and Wound Badges. Killed in the East. This was a kind of cool one. Perman Schneider here, Order of St. Benedict, so he's actually a monk who was probably, drafted into the German military. Interestingly enough, there's actually a Benedictine monastery near where I live currently, and I used to know one of the monks there, and he was telling me that apparently they had an older monk who was actually captured in Normandy and was sent to a POW camp here in the U.S., and he didn't really want to go back to Germany because the monastery wasn't really there anymore. I think most of the monks were either drafted or had passed away during the war. So when he found out there was an Order of St. Benedict that was originally from Germany here in the U.S., he actually ended up joining them and never went back. So kind of a neat card there. Otto Geiss, Oberfighter and Artillery Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross 2nd Class, the Wound Badge, the Eastern Front Medal, veteran of the campaigns in Poland, France, and Belgium, killed in 1943. Josef Ziegler, soldier in a Pioneer Battalion, bearer of the War Merit Cross with Swords, killed in 1943. Oberfighter Xavier Bogle, bearer of the Iron Cross 2nd Class, and a veteran of the campaigns in France and I think Balkans maybe. Killed December 1941. Josef Brindel, fighter and artillery knocker, Knacker Battalion. I don't know what Knacker is. Bearer of the Iron Cross, 2nd class, killed in 1942. Oh, this one actually has a photo on it. George Traub, Oberfighter Pioneer Battalion, Bearer of the Iron Cross, 2nd class. Card looks vaguely familiar. I wonder if I actually have one from him already. That'd be really weird. Hans Elfinger, who was killed November 5th, 1945. Oh, so he died after the war, interestingly. Huh. Oh, an HCOM backing, 707. I don't think I have that one. Franz Xavier Weiss, Gefreiter in a Kreuzschützen infantry regiment. Kreuzschützen. Don't know what that means. Yeah, veteran of the campaign in France. And what, Ludwig Mondlinger, Gefreiter in a Panzer Abwehr Company, veteran of the campaign in France, bearer of the Iron Cross, 2nd class, and the Infantry Assault Badge, killed 1941, Russia. And then Johann Thoma, Gefreiter in Infantry Regiment, was killed December 27, 1941. Interesting, it's highlighted or underlined. It's kind of strange. But yeah, so that's death card package number 2. We have one more. I think this one has more than these other 2 did. And then we'll move on to the big box, which is also Eastern Front related, I'd like to add. I'm very excited about that. Alright, last package here. Get this tape off the side, probably make it easier. Yeah, no, you can use a knife. There we go. Nothing left in the mailer there. Oh, I guess maybe this was a smaller lot than the other ones. I bought so many, you know, over the course of a couple weeks, I honestly couldn't keep them all straight. Alright, what we got? We got George Meerhofer, Oberfighter Artillery Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross, 1st class, and the War Merit Cross. Got Franz Hogletter, Oberfighter in an Artillery Regiment, killed February 19th, 1945. In the East, it looks like. Karl-Heinz Schnell, Fahnenjunker Unterofficer in a Grenadier Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross, 2nd class, killed, what, August of 1944 in the East. Ludwig Conrad, Oberfighter in an Infantry Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross, 2nd class, the Assault Badge, and the Wound Badge, killed May 25th, 1943 in the East. Johann Musner, Oberfighter in a Grenadier Regiment, bearer of the Eastern Front Medal, killed October of 1943 after being heavily wounded in Russia, Eastern Front. That's kind of a neat one. George Vlobner, Feldwebel in an Infantry Regiment, bearer of the Iron Cross, 2nd class, the Infantry Assault Badge, the Wound Badge, and the Eastern Front Medal, who on the 15th of March 1943 was killed by Orel, 30th year of his life. And the last one here, Franz Leitner. So that Franz Leitner, bearer of the Iron Cross, 2nd class, the Infantry Assault Badge, killed June 1942 in Russia. So yeah, lots of death cards to translate. I mean, that's going to keep me busy for realistically years to come. So no worries about running out of content there. And now it's time for the big box. So this, I didn't expect this to come in as soon as it did, actually. I ordered it about a month ago. It was coming from overseas, England to be specific. It's a nice big battlefield relic piece. So without further ado, I guess we'll get started on the end here. Actually, that wasn't too hard to cut open. I don't think that was anywhere close to where the flap is. Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay, flip around to here. Okay, that's really good if I keep that flap lifted down there. Lots of foam. I actually have to keep some of this packing film for stuff, especially since I'm moving now. There's the info sheet. It's good. I bought relics from these guys before. They're pretty great. Camera up there. It's kind of hard to appreciate the scale of this when I ordered it, but this feels right. This feels about the right scale, if I'm being honest. Alrighty. Yeah, so you can tell this is a big boy. See, I think I'm going to turn off the camera real quick, so I'm going to lay out the bubble wrap so I'm not scratching up the table, so 1 second. So yeah, here she is. One of the biggest Battlefield relics I bought. This is the track link off of a KV-1 tank. Kind of a hard bird to find, actually. And here's the fact sheet. Russian KV-1 heavy tank battle damage track link recovered from the Dmiansk pocket near Leningrad in Russia from the 1941-1942 battlefield. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big Eastern Front geek, I guess. And that's definitely one of my more favorite parts of the war to research. It's just really interesting. Huge battles, massive scale of troops involved. And yeah, one of my favorite things about the early Eastern Front is the KV series of tanks. I know they weren't the most particularly effective battlefield fighting vehicles, but they're just kind of cool, especially the KV-2. I have a very big soft spot for the KV-2. Of course, finding anything from a KV-2 is nearly impossible. It's hard enough finding anything from a KV-1. But yeah, it's crazy. You can see the battle damage all along there. Hole there. Looks like we got some dents. Looks like it broke there. But yeah, just a really, really neat piece. I might have to start getting more track links actually, because they're kind of interesting. But yeah, definitely a rare bird. Actually, that hole might be from the casting process. There's another one on the other side. And then yeah, you can tell there's definitely some damage there. But yeah, pretty darn neat. So yeah, overall, pretty good haul. Good way to end at least this chapter of unboxings. Like I said, it's going to be a while. But yeah, we got a whole mess of death cards that I'll have to translate and research. And then, yeah, a track link off of probably one of my favorite tanks of all time. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Thank y'all for watching. Happy collecting. And I'll see y'all again very soon.